Bill the Billy Goat is here to help educate us on two crucial bills in American history, the Compromises of 1820 and 1850. As an honorary member of the legislature, Bill is a strong believer in democracy and is committed to the founding principles of America. As his name may suggest, Bill loves bills because they further government by the people. He also loves papayas. The Missouri Compromise, also known as the Compromise of 1820, occurred after a congressional deadlock in the debate of recognizing Missouri as a state. The Senate finally agreed to bring Maine in as a free state and Missouri as a slave state, maintaining the balance between the North and the South. It also prohibited slavery in the former Louisiana Territory, north of the 3630 parallel, except in the pre-approved state of Missouri. This bill temporarily diffused conflict between the two regions, which had vastly different social, political, and economic interests. Henry Clay was the main figure behind the compromise, and, as a result, became known as the Great Pacifier. Ultimately, the Missouri Compromise was negated by the Kansas-Nebraska Act of 1854, which established popular sovereignty and made slavery a local issue. The act became a joke. It was also declared unconstitutional in the Dred Scott case, stating that the government did not have the authority to ban slavery in territories. The Compromise of 1850 was originally a single omnibus bill proposed, once again, by Henry Clay. The bill attempted to diffuse confrontation between slave and free states over the status of territories gained from the Mexican-American War. It was shot down by John Calhoun, who demanded that the North stop trying to limit slavery. There was no way that the act would pass through Congress. In order to pass the bill, Stephen A. Douglas split the proposal into 5 separate sections so that congressmen could vote on each issue according to their interests. All of the bills passed. The Compromise of 1850 admitted California as a free state, created the Utah and New Mexico territories with popular sovereignty, and settled a border debate between Texas and New Mexico. It also ended the slave trade in Washington, D.C., and allowed slave owners to more easily recover fugitive slaves. This compromise also marked the last major involvement of Henry Clay, Daniel Webster, and John Calhoun in national affairs. While the Compromise of 1850 worked for a short period, it was ultimately invalidated by the Civil War a decade later. It was subsequently nullified in the 13th Amendment, which abolished slavery in the United States. Both of these compromises were significant events in American history that directly led to the Civil War. The fact that the Missouri Compromise gave Congress the authority to make laws regarding slavery angered many Southerners. It was also roundly condemned by Northerners for condoning the expansion of slavery. The strong opinions on both sides were temporarily addressed, but reappeared quickly and violently in 1861. Similarly, the Compromise of 1850 just avoided addressing the issue of slavery for several years. The tensions that remained unanswered continued to grow, ultimately fueling the Civil War. Despite the eventual failure of the Compromises of 1820 and 1850, Bill is still a firm believer in the power of passing bills through Congress. As has been repeatedly proven throughout our country's history, bills are a critical part of the democratic and legislative process that America is known for. This is truly why Bill loves bills.